Frieren.
Frieren
Pierre, we're back.
You're back.
We're back to
like
Frieren, bro.
Yes.
We are back.
A little elf.
We are back. And Pierre, you absolute glutton. You just couldn't help but watch the episodes, huh?
Sure, Christian.
You just couldn't help yourself, huh?
Yes, let's go with that version. They'll never know the truth. But it's a hard life. This is true. 2 episodes is good.
but we're all kidding aside. The 2 episodes thing, it was my idea.
It's really fun.
Lovely. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was like as lovely as episode 1 is. Episode 1 in tandem with episode 2, I think it just provides a good foundation for potential discussions.
This is true.
And what a treat it is to be back in this universe, man. I swear. And that
is true. It's a different realm, right? We just left Chainsaw Man. Right. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right off the heels of Chainsaw Man movie. Extremely.
Yeah.
That was quite the high. But yeah, and it's like this is a different experience for me this time around, right? Like for season 1, I had the absolute honor of being able to, and the privilege of being able to watch the entire season at my own pace. I didn't have to wait week to week in order to watch it. So I could reflect on the journey in an especially holistic way. And I know it was different for you that you had to, I mean, actually, you were watching it on a weekly basis, right? Every time we recorded the season 1. Yeah, for Frieren.
Remember we took a break for the midway through and I just finished the whole thing. Like I would have been 2 minutes of recording. I'm like, I already finished the show, but it's good. Yeah. So up until like probably episode 16, I just binged it from there. But yeah, it was very good. Season 1 was a very good watch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and truthfully, like the whole binging approach, I would have preferred to do that as well for season 2, because that's my favorite way to experience incredible animes like this. But for the sake of the podcast, I acquiesced, and here we are. Season 2, episode 1.
Sure, man. I'm using my words twice. You know what, Christian?
Your words.
I'm not even. I do not mind. Seriously, who am I? Like, and then if you open up Webster, it's not gonna say acquiesce to. What is it? To bend the knee reluctantly / Pierre's.
Mm-hmm.
There's not gonna say that.
Right.
But that's true. No, this that we're doing now, is that your first time watching a show week by week?
Not. No, it's not my first time. It's my first time in a while, though. I will say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but let me also just say I adore the fact that the cover art for season 1. So if you right now were to Google Frieren Beyond Journey's End, one of the first images you'll come across is Frieren in this field of flowers looking back at the camera while holding her suitcase. And then behind her are Fern and Stark next to this angled tree. And in season 1, episode 2, it opens, giving us a very familiar looking scene to that cover art, along with indications that this is the very same scene as the cover art. So it's a nice choice to have that cover art serve as the bridge between season 1 and season 2. And then she says, "Shall we go then?" Which is like her telling us, the audience, shall we head into season 2? See, they make little clever, well thought out choices in this show like this. And I'm sure you and I were gonna try our best to catch as many as we can.
No, they did. Yeah. No, these first 2 episodes were nice. Very nice. Of course, the writer's already showing us so much like growth from Frieren's End, backstory. Ooh, I love the fact that I'm jumping to episode 2. I guess we're doing 1 and 2, so we'll be jumping 1 and 2 anyway.
Wait, are you gonna start talking about 2 like right now?
Well, it's disconnected from 1. I was gonna say the backstory of. I never knew there were others before them who made the journey easier to killing the Demon King. The fact that they introduce us to this guy who, Christian, is doing something that you've mentioned that Himmel couldn't do fully in one town, that Kraft couldn't do, but it seems like this guy is doing it. What am I talking about? What do you think I'm talking about?
Something that he's doing that Himmel...
Something that Kraft fell victim to, something that Himmel has, episode 2 of season 1, like some of Himmel's statues, I have a short view about that, something that Kraft couldn't do, something that Guerrilla Warrior's trying to do. Seems like this guy has done it in this town.
I know what you're talking about. See, you have the advantage of like you work on these shorts, so it's probably really.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about at all?
But...
Okay, it's fine. Time.
No. I was gonna. That's what I was thinking. You were. It was like fighting the battle at the time or losing. It was something like that, right?
Yes. Like it's in the wordplay because what was one of his things? He could see in the future, foresight. But to think, I'm not going to be remembered. And Frieren said a line that's so cute, like some future sight you had, because like he could see into that. History is not forgotten. Although it's been years in this town, you're still celebrated. bro. And then
So-
yeah, go ahead.
Could you, just for, like, if anyone's listening, could you repeat that line you're referring to just so they have context? Or do
Which
you not
line?
have it on hand? Like the one that you were saying that I said? Because I forget the exact wording.
Oh,
But-
well, the wording. Okay, so you said time is one of the greatest analogs that human beings have been trying to beat. That's the number one thing, and we've seen throughout this show. This was season 1, that we have Kraft, who've lost the fight to time because he's forgotten as a hero who saved the world. We have Gorilla Warrior, who's actively trying to fight against time by tying himself to a name that's crazily memorable. And then we have, what was the third person? It was Kraft. It was Gorilla Warrior. And it was the third person who's, I can't remember.
Old Man Vol.
Old Man Vol, who yes, who's like losing grasp of time, his memories. Yeah, no, that short was sick. Like all the shorts I've fucking plucked out that you've done. But yes, go ahead.
And so you were saying that the hero of the South, he was doing something that
He's
Kraft...
beating time. Like
He's beating
all these,
time, okay.
Yeah, all these other guys have been forgotten because it's been years, right? To clock the time specifically, whatever Frieren, when they saved the sword, the guy said, "This is something you did for my great grandfather, or great grandmother." As in, I'm trying to pinpoint how long it's been. It's been a while. It's been forever, right? And in that little town, for this guy to still be remembered for years, decades, centuries, even, that there's still little plays about you.
Yeah, that little story told by the puppets. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It reminded me of spoilers for Attack on Titan. It reminded me of when they were telling the story of Marley using theatrics. I love when it's such a cool way to tell a story or to tell a backstory, like, because it can feel very it can feel especially mythic. Is that the word?
Yeah, the
Like,
right sound effect, not the right soundtrack behind it, if there is. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like it's felt like it's gone through so many iterations throughout time that it's now landed as a form of entertainment. Almost.
Yes.
And I love that. And then we got little insights of what he did as part of his achievements, right? So he defeated the Demon King's frontline troops. He reached the northernmost end of the northern plateau. And then he was defeated, I think you mentioned this, he was defeated by Schlott,
the omniscient.
the omniscient. Yeah.
But even that, right? Because they give us the map, which is sick. Interesting about that. We're in episode 2. We're gonna cover 1, of course. Just we do it. It's our podcast. We go in whatever order we want to go into. Regardless, even that, Christian. So the 7 sages of destruction were a big threat. Got it. We defeated 2. Frieren said. Okay, that's Qual, episode 3, and that's Aura, episode 7 and 8. We think. That's what I thought. And then she said, out of the 5 that's left, because that's 5 plus 2 is 7, 2 fled and went missing. To which Fern said, "Oh, like Aura the guillotine?" I was like, "I don't understand." I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, we watched Frieren tell this woman, like, I beat your power, which was putting our souls in the scale. Kill yourself," which she did. I didn't understand why Fern meant by, "Oh, like Aura the guillotine?" I was like, "No, she didn't flee. Like, she died."
Well, she might have been referring to, like, she fled before Frieren caught her. Like, she was more of a rogue, I guess. Like, she's already fled. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Or they never knew about that fight. What you said makes sense. Like, or while Fern was busy fighting Lord Lugner and Stark was busy fighting Linny, didn't even know another fight took place with Aura. I don't know, but that makes sense too. Yeah, I was like, what do you mean she fled? She died. Regardless, and then he defeated the remaining 3. And defeating the remaining 3, like Shot's the omniscient, right? Like his power. Christian,
That
they gave
man
us
is
a visual.
bad. Oh yeah.
Oh.
That is a bad
I wanna see
motherfucker,
more.
dude.
I want to see
That
more of
is
this guy.
that is
The
a
mask,
bad looking
the
motherfucker.
one purple or blue eye.
Oh,
nah. I was like,
that,
wow. He's
that
him.
looks robotic. Like,
Yeah. I was like, he's him. I was like,
it was a great reminder that Frieren
Wow.
does not sleep on the enemy designs. Like they do not, because we talked about this in season 1. Like they do not. You could be a villain that gets defeated in like 5-10 seconds, but they will make you look like a fucking badass.
no. I'm so
He has
sad
so much
that-
presence.
Right.
God.
You feel the essence. Like demons don't normally bow to. Like there's a constant theme of demons showing off their mana. It looks like the other demons took a bow as he was like dropping down to go fight this guy.
I'm telling you, he looks like he could be the Demon King, dude. I'm telling you.
Wow. So slick. No words spoken. The dude have a mask on his. Well, not a dude. Demon. The demon has a mask. No.
And his power too. He can
could
see
see in
1,000 years into the future.
And he can blend everyone's power. He can see 1,000 years into the future and use the combined forces of all 7 sages. Like
was that how it
that's what Frieren said.
So it wasn't that the forces combined defeated the hero of the South. You're saying that the Schlot, his power is to combine their forces. That's what you're saying?
Maybe, I don't know, because Frieren said, like, like he could see 1,000 years into the future and use the combined forces of all 7 sages. And that, I don't know if it's a translation thing or if it's me that read this wrong, but sure. Okay, let's say that's not the case. But regardless, maybe Schwartz defeated these 3 separately and then him. But nah, that was sick.
But the implications of what it means if he can see 1,000 years into the future, like, it makes you think, right? He's part of the 7 stages of destruction, which means he's
a demon king's confidant. He's not.
He's like
he's a
right
man.
Yeah, right. So your right hand man can see 1,000 years into the future. Don't you think the Demon King would know that he's going to be defeated, right? And so if he knows that, what if in preparation of his impending defeat, what if he devised some kind of plan to cause some new threat to resurface years down the line, like the threat that the one who pulls the hero sword is ultimately going to go up against? Right?
I knew you'd find a way back to that.
Or other questions. Or other questions come up too, right? Like if he's able to see into the future. This what I'm about to say is a little out there, but just go with me. If he can see into the future, does the act of observation cement the future? Kind of like superposition in quantum physics, right?
Okay.
And if that's the case, right? If that's the case, and 1,000 years has already been cemented, does that essentially mean 1,000 years of insight has already been given to the Demon King to launch a plan? Does Siri, the living grimoire, does she know about this spell? Because she knows all the spells, right? That's what they've told us. Can she see into the future? And then this, the hero of the South, the reason he is humanity's strongest, nobody knows his secret, is that he could see into the future, right?
They didn't give us how far. Yeah.
They didn't give us how far. This whole future thing, that's introducing a lot of variables into what can happen in this world. And it's just countless questions that it could be so fun to think about. And I just have so much gratitude when I could trust in a show so much that I can open these floodgates in my head. You know, like it feels safe. It feels like the show won't betray my sense of wonder by being shallow or not thought-provoking.
Yeah. They'll elucidate more on that.
Yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah, we trust that they might. Hopefully. Most likely. Hopefully. That's true. I feel like we're neglecting episode 1. But, it's, Christian, this is good. I didn't know we would, I didn't know we would get hot from this, but no, this was good. Okay. Jesus, there's more things I wanted to talk about in episode 2, but episode 1 was all right. You know what? Let me just give you my summary of episode. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, you can give your, because I'll give sort of a summary too. So
right, okay. So episode 1, right? What did we like? We talk about let me just break them down into different things. One thing that you and I both had things to say about, right? Those crystals, those magic nullifying crystals. How from my end, I was like, it's very nice that in a world of magic, a world where it's all about spell, it's all about demonstrating the strength, the power in your mana. Yet you can find basically minerals, right? Like rocks, like solid. What are these things under? Rocks.
Like minerals, crystals.
Minerals. Sure. You can find crystal. You can find something from nature that is more powerful than any mage because it renders any mage powerless, like a human being.
Yeah, you're right.
And I love that. And Frieren's wisdom, which we're going to touch on episode 1 that we're doing in episode 2, to just tell Stark, it's okay. Some things are simply out of humanity's reach. Frieren, who have accumulated a plethora of spells, which looks so basic to us, which I love, right? A red apple to a green apple at the end of episode 2. But regardless, for her to bow down and say, hey, that's it. It won. Like, there's some stuff in humanity we just cannot deal with. It's above us. It is what it is. And to show Stark, which is the young guy who's not that wise yet, who still has some fight in him, thinking that I can break through this, I love that scene. And with these crystals, again, last thing I'll say, for us to see a vulnerability in Fern that we've never seen. Although Fern's a little girl, which kids should get scared, we've never seen Fern scared. Fern fought. Wait, go ahead, because I'm trying to think of the homeboy's name. What do you want to take?
Well, so there was a moment where we did see her scared. It's understandable, but it's just when the first time that she ever had to go up against a monster, she was telling Stark, I think, this story when she first met him to give him confidence or to give him courage. Like, she was also afraid the first time she went up against a monster.
But just give us a visual.
I mean, it was like a visual of her running away, and we kind of saw the franticness in her face. But yeah,
that was also a tiny girl. That was like an infant.
No, yeah. She had the same like physique as she has now.
Really?
Yeah. The same outfit and everything.
Well, they never change outfits. That's a fact. But still, okay, that's true. we got to see a vulnerable side of Fern because Fern is powerless. Like Fern's main thing is not being a protector, but being on guard for the crew. Like when you have you're an elf that's going through an existential crisis, kind of, right? But in a positive way, which, damn, this is going to be too much. All right.
What do you got to say, Pierre? Let it out. Let it out.
No, it's me going from one to another from episode 1. Yeah, like I like that. I like that we got to see Fern scared, and although it was sad, and they got to give us a visual, she's like, it's total darkness, and she's just, it's all darkness because she can't sense, right? Like Hermana, like I take it as her just emitting this shield of seeing whatever enters this perimeter, but there's no perimeter to set because I can't use magic because I'm surrounded by crystals. It was, I like that take. It was nice. As I try to remember things from episode 1, what do you want to say from episode 1?
Yeah, I think overall, I really loved how the tone is set in episode 1. So we get some of the little things that made season 1 fantastic. We get quiet humor. We get this very chill sense of adventuring. We're doing like these little quests, these little side things that, you know, they're not like fighting a monster. It's just helping out the local folk. We're getting flashback to the days of Himmel and, you know, his adventure with Frieren. We see Frieren drop lines that showcase her emotional intelligence is starting to rise, given everything that's happened in season 1, given her relationship with Himmel. We're starting to see her growth as a character in this first episode. And also, we were getting callbacks to characters from season 1, right? We saw Werble. We saw Sign.
Ere and Scharf.
Scharf, yep. So it was just, it's a great episode to recalibrate everyone to the pacing of Frieren Beyond Journey's End. And along those lines, to branch off of what you were saying about being powerless, I think it's like, you know, our very strong characters being rendered powerless. I think it's fair to say that as anime watchers, we all left season 1 with this well-established feeling that Frieren is among the most powerful in the world. But we're reminded by them being in this cave that there's still times when running away in a powerless manner is still very much a possibility that even the strongest can face, just depending on the circumstances. And it's a fantastic way to remind us that there's still stakes, even though we have someone like Frieren on our team. Because especially when they're in that cave, in Frieren's own words, she says, since we can't use magic, we're just ordinary girls in here. That's a crazy... Yeah, that's a crazy light to frame Frieren in. Just an ordinary girl.
Right.
Because she's anything but ordinary. But yeah. So I think they did a lot of beautiful things in this first episode. Like, it's not like extremely flashy, because it doesn't need to be. Frieren knows how to do this. It knows how to fucking build. We just gotta trust that it's gonna... It knows what it's doing. So the first episode was just great. It was a chill introduction to this, a reintroduction back into this world. And season 2 starts to pick up, like it starts dropping some lore. We get to the second half, which I'm sure you're going to go into, with the sword demon. So, you know, I think it was a great start to the season 2 as a whole.
It was a very great start. And her evolution has picked up. Like, as in... We watched Frieren develop in season 1 over the course of how many episodes? I don't know, like in the 20s, 21.
Like 24. Oh, dude. I have to verify this, but this might only be 10 episodes. Season 2. I gotta check. But
don't check.
That's...
Just don't check.
But if it's only 10 episodes, that's gonna hurt, man. I don't know if I could 10 episodes. Oof.
Jesus. I hope not. It is where it is. Right. It's not fast because it doesn't feel like they're picking up right after they left. In the season finale of season 1, and the episode finale of season 1. It feels like time has passed for her to have gotten to where she's gotten to. Let me explain. Like, right, like her picking up on social cues, right? Something is amiss. Are you acting a bit awkward? Start. Where she's like, oh, wow, you're picking up on these two. As in that, wow. In episode 2, emotions. Frieren, you got angry. Why did you get angry and just shoot magic out of your staff? Because I see the ruse that's happening in front of me. I know that many travelers fell prey to said ruse, to said trick, and it angered me, and I just shot it. We've rarely see Frieren lash out. Like, she's becoming more human, more humane, more considerate. Telling Stark in episode 1, I did bring you along. This is true. It was on me. But if you're uncomfortable, you can leave. I'd understand. Like, the growth that we're seeing happen, that's being done so slowly, but yet so in such a powerful way. Because that's like, you're spiking up Frieren's empathy level, her consideration levels, like becoming warmer, all in 2 episodes, which is like happening in the background, like you like to say, because that's not what those episodes are about, right? Like episode 1 is the journey picking back up. Episode 2 is centered around the hero of the South. But within those, to still see like little sips of her growth, she's come such a freaking long way. I was like, wow, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and branching off that, I like to envision every single time we get a flashback of Himmel's journey, that's a moment where, how can I say this? That's a moment where I'll borrow your words, where her emotions are being spiked. And these we've gotten a lot of flashbacks over the course of season 1 and season 2. Very great flashbacks. So these are all like, when you look at how many we've gotten, and if you see it as like it's an accumulation of her getting more and more and more emotions, yeah, it does sort of swell to what we're seeing here, like what you're describing, where she's just suddenly, a lot of emotions are coming out because she's been thinking about this stuff a lot. And just like the hero of the South said that Himmel is going to change her life, or this person you meet is going to change her life, we're seeing her life being changed in real time as the episode goes on, which is pretty cool.
It is crazy cool. And the hero of the South, his lack of ego, like, wait, no, I'm not wording that correctly. As in, like, there's no jealousy. Because, like, I'm the guy, right? Like, I am the current hero right now. I can see into the future. I know I will not be the one. That could discourage me. Like, that's some villain arc type of stuff. Yeah, I think I've even seen movies like this because I'm not the guy. So for that reason, I become I think Star Wars is kind of like that for Darth Vader, right? Because he was brought up to become him, but it wasn't supposed to be him. But regardless, yeah. Now to pave the way, and to still hold
that
up
line,
I swear, I will clear a path for you. I'm dying, but I'll make the journey smoother because you're going to be the guy who's going to take down the Demon King, and that's
God.
okay.
They're going after Anime of the Year again, dude. They're going after it again.
No, this is just, I'm watching this and I'm just like, yo, who's writing these things, man? I'm just like, what? Is it Pierre and Christian? Do they have Pierre and Christian somewhere writing these things? You don't have to say anything, Christian. Let me live in that little moment. But seriously, like, wow. What a
That was a crazy line. Don't even get me started with that music that accompanied it. Don't even get me started.
Man. And we're supposed to keep moving. We're supposed to just keep moving after that. Just what? That's insane,
that was a heavy.
Man.
That's a crazy lore drop to get this hero. Because I remember in season 1 when I first saw the map. I think this was like episode 1. Maybe one of the first things they showed us was the map of the northern continent.
Yeah, that's what they did.
I was looking at the clouds and I was like, okay, there's a secret beyond those clouds. When are we gonna get to explore that? Because Demon King was held up in the northern lands. What's going on in the west? What's going on in the east and the south? This guy's from the south.
From the south.
There's a whole wide world out there that may have way more craziness going on that we're even aware of.
That's true, but mayhem seems to be very north centered. But that's true from your point too. It's vast. There are 3 other directions. Like, what's going on with those? Or all the demons just cluttered up there? Like, yeah, that's where Werbel is currently moving towards. He's hinted at that a lot. This is where Frieren, Fern, and Stark are also going. This is where they have to go. That's where India is.
During that puppet show, they also said that, or Frieren said that the northern plateau was the heart of the Demon King's supply route back then. That could imply that, like, a supply route, right? Maybe the routes tie into the other regions of the world, and they all congregate there, which leads to that being like a stronghold, like you were talking about just now, that all the chaos is happening there because that's where everything is just congregating.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see. No, it's pretty sick. Before we leave one, we've left one a while ago anyway. What's homeboy Graf Doc? Now, Graf must mean something, right? I didn't even look that up because Graf Granat, that was another leader of something in season 1, which ironic. Frieren helped his great grandfather, and their party also helped this man's great. That's nice actually. See, they're keeping them aligned. Now I know, but they're to keep the phase of the lineage parallel, just to show you that we're in a good time. Like, they rescued their great grandfather. She rescued great grandfather. You just think is the same time, the same amount of time has passed, just to keep us in that present. So for that reason, in the past, the 2 things they did coincide with these 2 things through the same generation, through the same years that have passed. Like, Graf Granat's great grandfather, the party of heroes helped him. The party of heroes, Himmel, helped this Graf Doc's great grandfather also, and they've just passed the Graf Granat. I'm not explaining it correctly, but it's just they keep them linear. Like, they're not saying we saved this guy's great grandfather, but we saved this guy's grandfather. No, there's like both great grandparents. It's like, in a way, to let us know it's like the timeline makes sense, or it might not even be that at all. But yeah, it's Graf Doc
Yeah,
and
I guess
right.
garf. Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Actually, you go ahead. Graf, what do you think he means? Like general, like captain, noble?
Yeah, it's probably like mayor or like royalty. Some it might have an actual word because I know Frieren they use a lot of, I believe, German words. You know, like Frieren is German for something. Stark.
Right.
Ubel.
Dangerous. When is homegirl coming back? Watch her come back pregnant. Christian, watch her come back pregnant, and the baby's wearing glasses.
I know you were rooting.
You can put two and two together.
You were rooting. You were rooting for them to couple up last season.
Christian, his nonchalance is, she just can't pinpoint what it is, and it's gonna drive her nuts and crazy in love. In my opinion, it might not happen at all.
His power was ridiculous, though. Like I would love to see more
clones.
Of that. Yeah, that's so. You just chilling. Well, I guess not chilling. I'm sure that takes a lot of mental energy, but still, to just be miles away while your clone is doing all the dirty work. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, there's some crazy powers in this. Like the 1,000 years into the future. That has to be one of the strongest. Well, strongest. I don't know. It might be subjective to call it the strongest, but that's a crazy ability.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shield.
Jesus.
That's a protective shield of 1,000 years. Foresee for up to 1,000 years. How do you die? Honestly, you too must have known, Christian. Not the Demon King, the guy. Schultz, the omniscient, must have also known I'm dying. The same way the hero of the South also know I'm dying. And it's strange. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I was like getting at with the whole Demon King thing. He probably knew he was gonna die, but yeah, it's because so they could see into the future, right? But the hero of the South, when he first met Frieren, he tried to challenge fate a little bit, and it didn't work.
Yes.
So I feel like he's done that in the past. Like he's tried to beat whatever future he's going towards, and that's also, I forgot to mention that's part of the reason why I was bringing up the whole like, what if you seeing into the future cements the future, because he can't change it. Yeah, but if you don't know the future, then for all intents and purposes, you can change it, right?
Yes. You've mentioned that too. Another concept. You're like, there's a you out there somewhere that didn't make the decision. There's a you that went second.
Right. Right. See, there's so many. Oh, I really want to know more about this guy.
Christian, that's such a good point. Not knowing does give you free reign.
Yeah.
Because then the choices are yours because it's uncertain.
Right.
That's sick. Look at us overthinking our way through a peaceful episode. Like we always do. Yeah.
This latter half isn't so peaceful.
No, this is true. And I'm gonna use my own word again. No, it's not mine. The way that she always acquiesces to authority, although she's extremely powerful. Season 1, the little girl in the village with the sword. That's fine. It's my job. I'll do it. Like season 2, this episode. She's doing everything she can to leave the town ASAP, because if we get summoned by Graf Doc, if his doorman or horseman picks us up, I can't refuse that. And once we get in that castle, whatever he asks, I cannot refuse that. Although she gave us another reason, like because Himmel wouldn't. But if we remember from season 1, she is always respectful and humble when it comes to authority. So that's very nice. Like the qualities that she possesses now, like and how they're doing their work. Like they're showing us all the good things about Frieren. I mean, I've yet to see something that's extremely bad, because it's not her fault, that elves are the way they are. But still, I like that a lot. That fight, Christian, homegirl put up a fight.
I love how this reminded me that the villains are also very chill, and I love that. I love it so much. She matched Frieren's energy as far as like the eyelids. Yes, the eyelids. This is a huge thing for me in season 1 that I really appreciated. Their eyelids are always like halfway closed. Like they're not too excited. They're conserving all that energy, and they're focused on what's in front of them. We saw it here too. It was fantastic. I enjoy seeing that aspect of these battles. It's like you're two people that are just focused on your enemy, on your target, and you're relaxed. You're calm. Oh, I don't see that a lot in anime. I really don't. I think this is the only one probably where I see this consistently happening across battles.
Rizzo was calm.
No, but Denji wasn't. Denji was. I mean, from like both ends.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, we're coming off of Chainsaw Man, which is amazing. But yeah, that's true. And the thing, like, although, right, we're saying she's more loving, she's caring, the way that her mindset is unchanged, just static about these creatures. You can eat anything. Why humans? Why is that a reason not to eat humans? Speaking to it, is a waste of time. Let's go. Just,
Yeah,
bro, it's
we also it's because she did that in season 1 too, where she is very assured that these are
that there's no saving. There's lost cause. Kill these folks. Kill these demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reasoning.
but she still tries to get a little more evidence because she's not like it feels like she's not completely convinced, and so she asks these little things like, why are you doing this? And like she has this little hope she keeps that maybe one of them can be more human, but she's always proved right, and then she just immediately switches on the kill mode and goes after them.
I didn't see it like that, but I'm gonna adopt that notion. I like it. That makes sense. Yeah, it's it was nice, but she actually put up a fight. That was 3 against 1, Christian. I mean, of course that was a warm up. You know, they didn't. No, they went in there expecting a fight. The journey was long. Frieren was yawning, but still, homegirl actually put up a fight.
Yeah, that was a devious tactic too.
Right, using prayers. Come on.
Right, they're so smart. I love how intelligent. Like I love how what's being explored is like intelligence in the absence of emotion.
Yes.
Like that is a very aware and just perceptive thing to say
Calculated.
and do to a human. But when you have that level of perception with no emotion whatsoever, it breeds this very interesting kind of dynamic in a character, and it's so
true.
fascinating to see it come out in these demons.
It makes you even more dangerous. Like, how are you this cunning? And just
Yeah.
you're supposed to be a barbaric, man-eating animal. That's it. But now y'all got tactics. What is this?
Yeah, like I think you really like I'm blanking on his name. The villain.
Lord Lugner, Christian, of course.
Lord Lugner, yeah, because I know like Lord Lugner, one of his tactics that was it was diabolical. It was either pretending to have a son or a dad, one of those two.
Yeah. He pretended to himself. Also, he empathized with Graf Ganot because he lost his son by saying he too lost his son or didn't. No. He said his dad left him to, so he can understand. And then when they walk outside, Lenny's like, "Dad, what are you talking about?" It's like, I don't know.
Like, fuck if I know. And then the little girl that was killed, she was pretending to miss a family or have a mother, something like
mom.
that.
She's yelling for her mom. Like,
And she said she called it a magical word that would prevent humans from killing them, which is just the empathetic words.
Yeah, which demons don't have. It's crazy, man. It's insane. Ugh, I love it.
Such a great
I love
world.
I love when evolution is taking place on both ends. Like, this is, I'm gonna veer off and bring myself right back. This is one thing I hated in Money Heist. Like, it's a TV show. If you never watch it, Christian, it's fine. It's just every season, the main antagonist, the main not bad guy, like opposite force to the good guy who are stealing, by the way, but they're the good guys, is always a dumb person, Christian. It's like the head of the police department do some stupid mistake in season 1. They bring in another head of police department who's doing the same stupid mistakes in season 2. Season 3, Christian, they bring in this woman who matches this guy, but they make her a pregnant woman, which is crazy, and then they make her join him at the end, which is stupid. But I love when a battle is becoming more and more challenging. Both sides are picking up, right? Both sides are sharpening their swords. Like, it's getting better and better on both ends, which means we're in for a show for this season or any other seasons if there are. And that's just, I don't know, man. I'm here for it. Yeah. The quotes at the end, the demon must have sweet talked a servant, because obviously how would she get in, right? How do you infiltrate through this castle? There have to be a weak link. As long as humans know desire, demons will take advantage of that. Humans also fail to resist their impulses. Bro, like so many things that put us at a deficit to these demons that they can easily exploit because they don't have a heart, right? Like you just said, they don't have that, everything you just said, right? Their ability to do this, but also they're doing this devoid of emotion is solely tactic. There's nothing else involved. They're able to exploit humans based off of that, as long as humans have no desire. Well, you want 100,000 coins? Sure, I'll give you 100,000 coins. Just let me get into this castle. just whatever it is. It's and that's such a life lesson. How many people we've seen lose their soul to greed, like to insatiable desire, right? Lose sight of what matters, like lose sight of family, lose sight of faith, lose sight of relationships, like trying to conquer more. Y'all, this show, Frieren is giving us this for free, Christian. Well, not for free. You're paying for this Crunchyroll subscription. But Frieren is giving me those for free.
And it's nice, man, too, because now that you saw that little video of animation, like how it works overall. Like now, I would assume that gives you an even greater appreciation for things like Frieren, just animes in general. Because there's the amount of work that goes into just drawing this type of stuff. And then attaching it to a story, there's a lot. There's a lot that goes. There's so much that goes into this. So much.
Now, we've touched this on the dark end of it, but is there any way that these same people, these same companies, okay, that they're going to lay off the workers if they do. I was going to say, like, to start actually using AI, because the manual labor is extremely, like, extensive, right? It's extremely just, I'm assuming, fatiguing to the hands if they're drawing this, like, it's draining. Like, we're in 2026. Are there ways that these people are now slowly using tech to help them?
Well, this is a very, is contentious the right word? Like, it's a very tense discussion that many people are not in favor of, because the AI can be used to boost efficiency, but most likely corporate greed and so many other factors would escalate AI usage to a point where it's not. Actually, let me take a step back. A lot of people don't like the fact that AI has started to infiltrate the creative spaces. Anime, since it's a very creative space that has been dominated by the blood, sweat, and tears of real human hands, the idea of an AI coming in and sort of trivializing, to give context to people listening, I sent Pierre a video of the animation process, how you could draw one frame, goes to the next, draw another frame, and hundreds, thousands of frames later, you get an animation. So an AI, like, you could imagine, if you're a human dedicating so much of your time, years and years of your craft has been culminating to a point where you could do this frame by frame sequence. If you have an AI just come out of nowhere and then do what takes you days, weeks, months, years in a matter of, like, what, an hour, 2 hours, that could be very demoralizing. That could have so many negative effects from an artist's perspective. But from a business perspective, that's a lot of money. Yeah. So there's a huge, you could already see, right, how that would start to dampen creativeness as a whole.
I understand. So, yeah,
it's intense of a topic.
That's beautifully explained. Damn. I don't usually, you normally don't say stuff that makes sense, but that did.
Damn, bro's using my lines now, huh? I see how it is.
It's a hard life, Christian. It's a hard life. That was, wow. That was a nice explanation. And it's not written, folks. Like, I just think of shit on the fly, and he finds a way to answer and counter. But yeah, that's sick. I respect that. No, that's true. That's true. We're at the 50-minute mark. You got to cut most of the things I said to make it microwavable to these folks with very little attention span.
Whoa. Hey, bro, time flies when you're having fun. What can I show you?
Or when you listen to Christian. This is true. But yeah, no, dude. I think we've beat episode 2 a lot. Episode 1, I think, we've said some stuff I wanted to say. I can't think of anything else that happened. But yeah, it's I am here for the journey. We are both here for the journey. This was good. And
Indeed.
I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, the shout outs. So, Jesus. Yes. So 3 folks, 3 accounts. Months ago, of course, there were 3 people or 3 accounts who were like, I can't wait for you guys to get to season 2. So thank you, whoever you guys are. Number 1, it was on one of our IG reels.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Christian, I've never felt so disrespected.
What? I can't say thank you, Dale.
From my village for less.
I can't say thank you, Dale.
You know what? He is saying thank you. He actually means it. He's never told me thank you, and I do a lot of work in the back end of this podcast. Y'all will never know. But regardless, he actually means it. Anyway, Zach_Moonchild. Right. This person was like, yo, I love you guys on Spotify. It's great. Can't wait for you to do season 2. Sick. This is for you. Thank you very much. We felt the love. Number 2, we are moving. Number 2 is on IG again. Tommy Mayer. Homeboy has Frieren tattoo on him. He's like, yo,
it's pretty sick.
It was pretty sick.
Tattoo.
He's like, I just listened to the pod and I watch it and then listen to you guys. I'm like, Daddy, chill. But he's like, that's what I do. And I'm like, Tommy, you the man. Yeah, for sure. And then, most recently, this was from Spotify, a comment from Lucas Girth. Now, Girth, Christian, homeboy's probably packing, but it is what it is. But Lucas, you do you. But anyway, he's like, yeah, like, love the pod. I can't wait for y'all to get the season 2 of Frieren. So sick. For these 3 folks, or these 3 accounts, thank you very much. This feels great. And yeah, Frieren's great. We love the ride. It's everyone's favorite gilf. Like, it's because she's been on this earth for so long, but she's still a baddie. She got the wisdom, the experience, yet all the organs look
right up there with Siri. Right up there with Siri.
Christian, sure.
You be sure. It's the same thing. She's
it's
older.
Really not. Oh, you're talking about age. I thought you were talking about physique, but anyway, it is
well,
what it is.
You said Frieren's a gilf, so. I mean, would that not make sense?
You know what? That's true. That's what. Yeah, for sure. These are OG gilfs. Yeah. Frieren and Syria. That's what they do. But yeah, we gotta end this at some point. It's been real. Do you have anything else, Christian? Do you have anything else?
Yeah. Also, just to say it more seriously, thank you. We appreciate the nice comments. It's cool to know that people are actually listening. They're willing to give us their energy and their time. So, thank you. We appreciate it.
It's nice. Okay. Thank you guys very much. And I'm going to sleep. All right. We're out.
Bye.
Bye.